Young Jock has always been one of the most recognizable faces on Love and Hip Hop. Atlanta, known just as much for his wild hairstyles as for his sense of humor. So when fans realized he wasn't part of season 13, it didn't sit right. This didn't feel like a creative break or time away to recharge. It felt like a quiet removal. The same people who once filmed him arguing in a salon with a fresh perm are now pretending like he was never there. No goodbye, no statement, not even a quick appearance in the trailer. Just silence. Fans immediately picked up on it and started asking questions online. Some blamed Mona Scott, others wondered if Kendra played a part in it. And a few people thought maybe Jock was hiding something big. Something VH1 didn't want aired. For over a decade, Jock had been a consistent part of the show. From his relationship drama to the barbershop moments, he was always involved. He stuck around while others came and went. That's why his sudden absence caught everyone off guard. Sources close to the show say the decision wasn't his. They claim producers quietly pushed him out, saying his story had gotten stale. No more explosive moments. Nothing that would grab headlines or go viral. And in today's reality TV world, that kind of content doesn't cut it anymore, especially with TikTok shows bringing in a younger crowd. Then there's the issue with Kendra. By the end of season 12, she'd had enough. After dealing with public drama and rumors about cheating, she wanted limits on how their marriage would be shown. She didn't want side chicks popping up or surprise guests causing chaos. She wanted control, but the producers weren't interested in a toned-down version of their relationship. When she backed out, Jock didn't push forward either. That's the story fans were fed. But behind the scenes, word is Jock didn't leave on his own terms. He wasn't given the choice to speak on it either. No Instagram Live, no interviews, not even a post. And that silence is what really caught people's attention. Jock has always spoken his mind, even joked through drama. So for him to say nothing at all, that raised eyebrows. Some fans believe there was a bigger issue behind the scenes. Contract problems? A refusal to fake storylines? Was this Mona's way of sending a message? One rumor says producers offered Jock a small role in season 13, just enough to keep his name on the cast list, but without any major storyline. He reportedly turned it down. After everything he'd done for the show, he felt he deserved more. And when he said no, they reportedly cut him out completely. Add that to Kendra not returning, and just like that, he was gone. The show didn't stop there. New cast members were brought in. Queen Key, 24 Hours, Salma Slims, and even a few old faces popped back up. It was obvious the producers were trying to freshen things up, but the show didn't feel the same. It felt more like a reboot than a continuation. And fans weren't feeling it. Without Jock, something was missing. He was the one who could make people laugh, even when things got heavy. Now, there's no one filling that space. Fans began posting online, saying the energy of the show felt off. Many said they stopped watching once Jock was gone. Some even called for him to return in season 14. Now people are wondering if he'll come back. Nothing in TV is ever truly final. But the way this all happened, the sudden removal, the lack of any official comment, and the total silence makes it feel personal. According to sources, Jock had already been having issues with production for some time. At the season 12 reunion, he reportedly accused the editors of making him look bad on purpose. He felt they were twisting scenes to embarrass him and even called their editing clown work in front of everyone. That move didn't go over well. One crew member apparently said, "You don't bite the hand that feeds you." Calling out the editors was bold, but it may have come back to bite him. So when season 13 was being planned, Jock's name wasn't high on the list. And it wasn't just about him. It was part of a bigger shift. Mona and her team wanted to take the show in a different direction. After so many seasons of similar storylines, affairs, betrayals, toxic relationships, they were looking for something fresher. Younger cast members, new types of drama, less of the same old patterns. Jock still had fans, but to producers, he seemed stuck in a role that wasn't evolving. Funny, sure, but maybe not enough to drive attention online. That's where the new cast members came in. People like Queen Key and Salma Slims had no ties to past seasons. They were loud, bold, and ready to stir things up. They didn't need a script. They brought raw energy. That's what the show was chasing. Compared to them, Jock probably seemed too safe. But those who followed him know it wasn't about being boring. It was about him refusing to play along with what the show had become. What's even stranger is how the show didn't mention him at all. Not even a single post, no tribute, no farewell, nothing, like he never existed. But while the show moved on quietly, fans did not. People online kept asking the same thing. Where's Jock? And what really happened between him and the producers? The part that stands out most is how quiet Jock himself has been. Usually, when someone is let go, they post something, maybe a shady message, some screenshots, a cryptic story. But Jock? He's been silent. Some think he's choosing to keep it classy. Others believe he's planning something behind the scenes. There are even whispers that he's working on a digital show of his own, or negotiating specific terms for a comeback in season 14. Think about it for a second. Maybe Jock's silence isn't about backing down. Maybe he's just done playing the joke everyone laughs at, and now he's planning a return on his own. Terms: no mess, no fake storylines, no one editing his life to boost ratings. Word is, he and Kendra are working on a podcast together. Something personal, mature, and fully in their control. Because let's be honest, Love and Hip Hop only ever showed the parts that fit their agenda. Jock's been trapped in that version of himself for way too long. If he does come back, don't be surprised if it's a whole new Jock, one who's cleaned up, rebranded, and finally in charge of his own image. But to really understand how this happened, we have to talk more about Kendra. She wasn't just his partner, she was the emotional core of his storyline. During the planning for season 13, producers allegedly wanted her to rehash all the drama. Cheating rumors, Carly Red, everything. Kendra said no. She didn't want to relive that pain again just for camera time, and when she pushed back, they supposedly threatened to cut her out of the show entirely. That's when Jock made a choice. He stood by her. Whether that was smart or risky, it was clearly personal. And that's why both of them disappearing at the same time doesn't seem random. It feels like a choice they made together. So instead of believing Jock walked away to do something else, maybe we should be asking if he was actually removed for choosing his real life over reality TV. Behind the scenes, this situation has been louder than anything the new season is showing. Even with new cast members and new drama, the thing people keep talking about is Jock's absence. The energy is different. The balance is gone. He was the one who could lighten the mood when things got tense. Now it's just constant drama, with no one to ease the pressure. Viewers feel that shift. It's not just missing a character, it's missing a vibe. And it's becoming clear that this isn't just about what happens on screen. It's about who gets to control the story. Once a cast member stops going along with the chaos, once they start setting boundaries or trying to protect their real relationships, the show clamps down. Jock didn't just say no, he walked away. And he did it without causing a scene. That says a lot. He gave that show years of content. He never held back. He laughed at himself, wore wild outfits, became meme material, and let fans see all his messy moments. But when it came to his marriage, he finally tried to take it seriously. In a place where fake fights and over-the-top reactions get the most attention, trying to be genuine made him a problem. Producers wanted the old Jock, the one who kept things chaotic. But he wasn't that guy anymore, so they erased him. But here's the twist. The more they tried to push him aside, the louder his absence became. Social media lit up with throwback clips of his funniest moments. Fans started hashtags like #NonBringBackJock and "Do Jock deserves better." And he's not the only one who noticed. Other former cast members, like Erica Dixon, Jocelyn, and even Lil Scrappy, started backing him up. They've all hinted that producers bend the truth and manipulate people's lives just to get attention. So maybe this isn't a fall from grace. It's a fresh start. Jock is reportedly working on a new project, a digital series that shows the real him. No scripts, no staged fights, just honesty. And that podcast with Kendra, it's not going to be some fake therapy scene on a reality set. It'll be the two of them having real talks about love, about mistakes, about growth. That's the kind of content people actually want these days, something with substance. Meanwhile, VH1 is already trying to move forward with season 14, but the cracks are showing. Behind the scenes, some execs are starting to admit they might have gone too far. There's already talk about giving Jock a comeback storyline, maybe a dramatic return, maybe some type of healing with Kendra. But the difference now? Jock's in the driver's seat. He doesn't need the show anymore. He's built a brand, he's got loyal fans, and most importantly, he has a voice that doesn't rely on scripted drama. If he ever does return, it'll be because he chose to. He won't be there to play the fool again. No more viral clips at his expense. No more recycled cheating drama. Just the version of Jock that he's ready to show. And honestly, that's the real win. While the show tried to reduce him to a punchline, he's used the moment to evolve. Viewers can tell what's real and what's not now. They're smarter than the producers think. Jock staying quiet wasn't weakness. It was part of the plan. Now, the spotlight isn't on who's fighting over who or which cast member made the biggest scene. It's on the guy who walked away and still has everyone talking. That's real influence. Whether he makes a return or builds something brand new on his own, one thing's clear. He wasn't pushed out and forgotten. He left with his value intact. So, if you're wondering why his name's not showing up in the credits anymore, don't ask if he got fired. Ask who's afraid of what he might say next. Because when someone leaves the drama and still manages to shake things up louder than the show itself, that's not a loss. That's a level up. That's the true story behind young Jock, and why season 13 just doesn't feel the same without him. Now it's your turn. Do you think Jock got treated unfairly? Or was this all part of his plan? Should he return to love and hip-hop, or has he outgrown it? Let us know in the comments, hit like, and subscribe. Because the next story coming your way, it's even messier. This saga's not done yet.